In this video, I'm going to teach you how to maintain your leather shoes. I'll be discussing understanding different types of leathers, daily maintenance, what to do when you first get your shoes, storage, cleaning, conditioning, polishing, and what to look out for as you wear your shoes. This video is sponsored by Trimly. They have a range of shoe trees, shoe stretchers, shoe creams, brushes. I'll link them in the description. And if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Leather shoes come in a range of different leathers, and they have their own characteristics and care requirements. Now, leather can be tanned in one of three ways: vegetable, chrome, and combination tan leather. Now, vegetable tan leather is tanned using natural tannins, and it's known for its rich and earthy tones and develops a beautiful patina over time. However, it is more sensitive to water and drying out. So this leather needs to be conditioned to prevent drying out. The next is chrome tan leather. Chrome tanning uses chromium-3, and the leather is more water resistant, generally softer, but you can get firmer chrome tan leather. This type of leather is more commonly used in shoes due to its durability and resistance to scratches and stains, and also water. Combination tan is, as the name suggests, it is a combination between a vegetable and chrome tan. So pretty much what happens is a chrome tan leather and then re-tan it vegetable tan. Chrome XL is a combination tan leather by Horween. Now, I sort of put this in between chrome and combination tan leather. Now, if you are interested in learning much more about leather, I do have a video that is much more in depth, which is the introduction to leather. This goes through vegetable tan, chrome tan, combination tan, also full grain, top grain leather, but that is a lot more in depth compared to this video. Now, if you're unsure of what leather your shoe is, generally the company will tell you, but you can still clean, condition, and polish, but there is just some slight difference between what the leather is. This video is just going to be talking about smooth and textured leather. No suede or anything like that. So just pretty much just smooth leather like this. So after the tanning process, so whether it's vegetable tan, chrome tan, combination tan, the leather is a blank canvas. So the leather can be finished in a variety of different ways. The leather can be dyed, like this one here. So this leather here is just dyed all the way through. That's called aniline dyed. The next is called pigmented. So it's kind of, they put pigments on the leather, and that sort of helps it has a lot more scratch resistance. So the leather can be finished in a variety of different ways. This means that chrome tan leather will differ compared to other chrome tan leathers. You can get more waxy leathers, so the leathers can be stuffed with waxes, or you can get a more smoother leather. Cleaning, conditioning, and polishing. So for cleaning, you want to use a leather soap. You can clean your shoes once every few months or when they get very dirty. This is generally going to remove the dirt and grime off the shoe. For conditioning, I use two separate products. That is a hydrating oil and a leather conditioner. The hydrating oil is going to be more hydrating the leather, and then the conditioner is that seal and protect. Now again, vegetable tan leather is going to dry out more often, so if it's in the sun, you're obviously going to be conditioning that more. If you do have a more waxy leather, you should still condition the shoe, but you probably won't need as much to condition those shoes. However, you should still check that the shoe isn't drying out. For polishing, you can use a shoe cream, and again, for more waxier leathers, you won't need as much. And if you do want a more mirror shine, you can get a wax to the toe and the heel. On top of this, you should get some horsehair brushes, you can get some buffing cloths, applicators. I even use a toothbrush to get in those hard to reach areas, especially with the leather soap. When you first get your pair of shoes, you want to make sure that they fit correctly. If you have leather soles, it's a good idea to try them on some carpet, because if you do damage the leather soles, you probably won't be able to send them back. But now that you know your shoes fit, you should hydrate them, condition them, and polish them, because you don't know how long they've been on the shelf. Daily maintenance is by far the most important part of your shoe, because if you don't maintain your shoes daily as you wear them, that will stack up over time. Now, what you should do is, after you wear your shoes, get a soft bristle brush and brush your shoes. So get that dust off your shoe. You can also use this to, if there's any scuffs on your shoe, you can just brush those scuffs, because the polish can cover over those scuffs. If you have any dirt or mud on your shoes, you can get a damp cloth and then wet it, remove that dirt and mud off your shoe. Just let the shoes air dry. It's fine if you get some water on your shoe, that's fine, just let them air dry. Next is cedar shoe trees. Now, I highly recommend you get shoe trees. This will help maintain the shape of your shoes. You'll push out those creases. Of course, it's not going to eliminate all those creases, but it'll push them out. It will absorb the sweat off the lining. If you have leather soles, the soles will tend to flex up, because as you're sort of flexing your foot, the leather soles will flex up and sort of maintaining that shape. So the shoe trees will help flatten those leather soles, Rubber soles is not really a big deal, but the leather ones is definitely, they will flex up. And of course, I use the Shoe Trees by Trimly. I highly recommend these. They have boot trees, they have sneaker trees, they have the normal shoe trees. I'll link them in the description. Next is how to store your shoes. You should store your shoes in a cool, dry place. And you can use a dust bag to prevent dust getting on your shoes. Keep them away from direct sunlight, heat, humidity. You don't want the shoes to dry out and crack. Avoid any plastic bags or anything like that. Make sure you brush the shoes regularly because you don't want that dust to be getting on your shoes. I'm going to show you how to clean, condition, and polish your shoes. The first step is removing the laces. I don't have any real laces on these shoes. So the next step will be brushing the shoe with a soft bristle brush to remove any dust, dirt. Dampen a soft cloth with water and gently wipe the surface to remove any dirt. Next, we'll get the leather soap, and with a bit of water on the leather soap, we'll clean the surface. Be careful around areas such as the elastic, and get a cloth and wipe it clean. I like to use a toothbrush to get the leather soap out between the upper and welt. If you want to get a damp cloth and wipe the shoes after, that's completely fine. Then I like to apply some hydrating oil. You don't need a lot. And then after that, use some conditioner. Next is the shoe cream. Brush the excess off with a brush. If you want to shine your shoes, you can use a wax and rub it into the toe and heel. For these shoes, I'm not going to do that. If you're interested in some of these products, you can find them on Trimly's website. I'll link them in the description. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is how to maintain your leather shoes. As you wear them, you're going to come across sunshine, rain, dirt, dust, mud, scuffs, scratches, and also you're going to wear down the soles. Understanding what to do when you come across these will allow you to maintain your shoes. When it comes to the soles of your shoes, they will wear out depending on if you have a leather sole or you have a rubber sole. Leather soles tend to wear out faster compared to leather. Now this will depend on how you walk. For example, on my shoes, I tend to wear out the toe and the heel faster than the actual sole. That's just how I walk. You just want to make sure that the sole does not wear down into the welt and that the rubber on the heel stack does not wear into the heel stack. Just be careful of the toe and the heel of the shoe. If you do have some leather soles and they do wear out, what you can do is actually just get a thin piece of rubber and get that applied by a shoe cobbler, and that will actually make a huge difference on your shoes. With proper maintenance, your shoes will not only look great, but will last for years to come.